Okie dokie. How are we all doing? Hope you're good. Hope everything is sparkly and fine. What are we doing today? We're going to start making a few characters for delving deeper. So the last thing I was doing was for Barrows and Borderlands. And that was fun. But I had a hankering for something more traditional whilst I was playing it. And so I went and looking. Yeah. And what I found was delving deeper. What is delving deeper, you ask? Well, in the same way that Barrows and Borderlands is a... let me just turn that down a bit. Yeah, okay. That's more like it. Yeah, so delving deeper is kind of a OD&D clone. So it takes... If you ever looked at the contents of the OD&D books, they are difficult to pass nowadays. And basically, delving deeper just takes the original OD&D rule set and makes it, it uses paragraphs with indenting. Although it doesn't do star indenting, it uses space between the lines, which kind of bugs me. All right, just indent the first line a little bit, folks, and don't have these spaces between paragraphs. It's cooler. It'll look better. It'll be easier to read. Other than that, it's dandy. We're also going to be using a little bit of the old mythic character crafter. I'm also thinking about doing something I've been thinking about a lot recently is Rollmaster. And of course, I think I say it every, few weeks, few months. I really want to do Traveller. I'm going to stop that background music. It's annoying me. It's too loud. Stop. I require no tabletop audio trail of ashes. You all can find your own music, and that's probably for the best for all of us. Now we'll be using the Adventures Handbook. This, much like OD&D and by extension Barrows and Borderlands, comes with 3 books. Adventurer's Book, Referee's Guide, had the bottom cut off, and the Monster and Treasure reference. And there's also this Delving Deeper companion that has extra stuff in it. So this has got like original careers. It had some other classes in here, but I didn't bother printing them out because I don't care. We will be using real Vancian style magic. And what do I mean when I say that? So often people talk about Vancian magic in D&D in particular, and its various clones. And it's for, here you go, well, you've got skill slots, and then you've got a physical incantation and a vocal incantation, and you got all that nonsense, right? Well, with Vancian magic, you open the magic book, and if your brain can take the magic, it goes in, and the magic is inside your brain until you release the magic, maybe with a keyword, maybe with a gesture, but it's very small and quick. And the magic comes out of your brain, and then you've cast the magic, and in order to imbibe the magic again, you need to look at the book. So that means 1 spell per book, and we're going to do a shock roll when we learn the spell, and a shock roll when we cast the spell, to see if a wizard's head explodes. Probably not explode, but see if the wizard passes out. I think that maybe if you're trying to learn a spell to higher level, maybe, or by learn, I mean absorb a spell of too high a level. So this also means that, the magic users don't really learn spells. What they do is they kind of exercise the magical circuits of their brain meet to allow them to store larger spells. So there's no kind of like, going off and studying magic circles or anything like that. Magic in this is like magical. It's in magic books. Maybe if you want to write a magical book, you're going to need lots and lots of stuff. But we can kind of presume that until, characters are higher level, that's not really a concern for them. So yeah, one book, one spell. And you need access to a book to learn it, to absorb it, and you can have unfortunate side effects when you do so. Because of this, I'm not going to be particularly harsh on magic users for armor, because the rationale for magic users, the two rationales, but the traditional rationale is that the magic user is far too busy learning how to read, to learn how to stab things or wear armor, which I don't know, it's always seemed kind of dumb. Maybe if you're like a magic user in a court, that would kind of make some sense, but I don't think it makes any sense for kind of adventurers. So, we're going to say they can wear chain and they can use any weapon. Also made a map. It probably looks a bit crap on, a bit washed out, but whatever. We'll live. And you got nice big coastline over here. I rolled this up using the sandbox generator. I'm sure you know of it. If you don't, look it up. It's okay. That's all I can say about it. I do have a sheet so there isn't only this, there's actually an Excel spreadsheet that I've got that has all these locations kind of semi-keyed. I made it a while ago, so I've forgotten what's everywhere, but you can kind of see here we've got kind of a circle for a city, a little triangle in the middle for a village. I think a circle's probably a town. Let me scratch my ear. Yeah, anyway. The circles are cities. The little thingies, triangles are kind of villages worth putting on a map. And squares. Okay, so I do have a square on here. I guess squares are cities, circles are town. Let me find my Excel spreadsheet. Excel. Yeah, there we go. Gothic oracles. Yeah, I was wanting to do something Gothic at one point. OSR adventures, scenario campaign, lookup. Map content, that's it. This would be fiddlesticks. Yeah, okay. A7? Is that A7 or is it A7 settlement village? A8 is a village. No. I can kind of, I guess, I know what my problem is here. I've not done the numbers by that and that. I've done the numbers by which thing am I? So G12 is what we're actually looking at. G12 is a town. Okay. And G5. G 11, 12. Yeah, that looks like G5. Oh, that's just a mountain. Okay. My triangles have moved up a bit. So some triangles are mountains, some are villages. So that's a town. Whereas, where have we got another one? C9? Maybe? My handwriting's terrible. Okay, C9 is a C. Yeah, okay. So cities, towns, villages. We're starting here because there's a dungeon there. So that is A1, I guess. Yeah, A1 settlement village. A2 is Hills Dungeon. Happy days. Cool. So that's kind of the map. And these are rivers. And these are roads. Well, I use the term roads loosely. Oh, yeah, that's another game that I've been thinking about is Mythic Bastion Land. Just because simple. We don't need that right now. So I'm just going to note down the characters in this book, and then if we can be bothered, we'll put it into one of those slimline formats that I played around with before. So as always, we're talking... What are we talking? We're talking strength, int, wisdom. It's probably easier if I just do it like wisdom, constitution, dex, charisma. I'm sure that's the wrong way around. Whatever. It is what it is. So we've only got fighters and magic users for a start. But let's go. 10. 10. 9. 12. 9. 7. Oh, God. Having a bad dex is always the worst. I've lost a dice. 9. Wow, this character is incredibly unimpressive. So, fire, clearly. Class, fighter. Let's have a check in here to see if there's anything interesting going on with their stats. And I was going to moan about something else in here because, I can't help myself. If this is it, LBs, pounds? Who knows what a pound is? Is that a pound or is that a stone? I don't know. Stupid measurement. If you're still using these, get into the modern world, my people. So that's kind of irritating. I don't know what a pound is. I'm not old. Well, I'm not that old. And I'm old, right? If you know what these are and you're in England, you are like old. Like real old. Like you have a pension already. Old. Anyway, so a strength 10 gives us a 5 to 6 open doors. 5 to 6 open doors. And I think we're just going to use, like, it might make sense. If we just use the coins measurement that they use in OSE, so every LB is actually 10 coins. So that'd be like 500, 750, 1,000, right? That makes sense. We're not going to bother going through the catalogs either because I enjoy kind of going through inventory for making expeditions, right? So if we're going to go out and we're going to go to this place far away, we need to make sure that we've got all the relevant stuff that we need. Doing inventory then and supply management is exciting, right? We're going on an expedition, prepare the stuff. That's cool. Character setup, purchasing is just a pain. So we're not going to do it. So 5 to 6 for open doors. 9 intelligence is 2 known languages. 2 lang. Interestingly, I would normally put number of languages that you know under wisdom, not under intelligence. But hey, that's just me. Dexterity, so no modifier for dexterity. Yeah, I just misses it. Con, so it should have been dex first and not con. Let's fix that now. Dex 7, con 9. So no modifiers for con. Wisdom of 12. Wisdom is intuition, common sense, and willpower. So I also always do like wisdom is also kind of like what you've learned, whereas intelligence is like it says, cunning, acumen, and see, I wouldn't have said that intelligence was book learning. I would say book learning was wisdom, but whatever. This kind of a philosophical disagreement that I have, right, is that intelligence is that raw capacity for analysis, while wisdom is that accumulated wisdom of experience, right? The practical application of knowledge. Anyway. It functions as does intelligence in the determination of what action should be taken by a monster or character, and 1 additional language will be known for every point above 10. Right, okay, so actually... if I remembered to read, I could tell right there. Intelligence or wisdom. So, yeah. Constitution modifier, no hit point modifier, 60% survive shock. So 60% shock. You'll note I've modified these numbers to kind of like coincide with that idea that magic, getting the magic into your brain can blow your head up, or something equivalent. I think knock them out if you fail to absorb a spell at your level. Retainers, so with a 9, charisma with a 9, so that's 4 retainers. 4 retainers. And for this character, mind descriptor, identity descriptor, body descriptor, and talent descriptor. Okay. So, identity. 32. Elements. Okay. So let's just go to identity. Words are elements. Strange one. 21. Connections. Elements. So elements can also be the kind of foundations and connections. So I'd say identity. So when we go over here, describe this character's primary role, such as a palace guard, or an occult investigator. Elements, connections, finding connections between things. They're not very clever, but they are quite wise. So, they're some kind of investigator, right? Kind of that witch finder, inquisitor kind of role. Maybe those exist. So, but maybe not a witch finder, a monster hunter, right? Well, if we think, yeah, an investigator of a, just go with investigator. Investigator. Slash warden. Okay. Mind descriptor. Mind. So describe the most notable aspect of their mind, which, yeah, let's see, 76. Outsider, 17. Communication. Highly intelligent, or they have a quirk of personality. This may include an area, knowledge, or skill. Okay, so outsider, communication. They know how to commune with the inverted quotations, and how to commune with the other side. Okay. Body descriptor. 91. Rogue. 22. Control. Describe the most notable aspect of their physical prowess or appearance. Well, I think 22 control, rogue. They have a roguish look. 22 control. With a toned physique. Okay, and talent. 19. Comprehension. 56. Comprehension. Information. Comprehension. Information. So looking at these again, right? So we've got elements and connection, comprehension, and information. This is a outsider, and I think it was outside. Yeah, outsider and communication. So I had like elements, connections, outsider, and comprehension, and information. So they're skilled in deduction, and skilled in deduction, right? So they can identify clues. So that's quite interesting. So we kind of have this investigate this kind of witch. Probably more of a elements connections. Probably more of a druidic kind of character, right? So investigation, elements, connections, kind of a that feeling there, and then outsider communication, so we can communicate with the other side. They look roguish and toned, and they have this talent for deduction. So we probably kind of like have some kind of ritual knowledge as well, right? Ritual. Ritual knowledge. That's interesting. Interesting. We'll have to come up with a name for them. Name. Gender. Yeah. Okay, female. Lass. A lady. Name. Well, we all know what we need to do here. We need to go to fantasy name generator. Fantasy name generator. Fantasy and folklore. Druid groves. Dryad names. Something that's easy to say. Because, there we go, Ixia. That's easy. Ixia. Okay. And I think gear-wise, leather, armor, probably a short sword. Short sword, spear, composite bow. $20 arrows and 6 torches. Because they're also a druid, I reckon they could probably good at hunting. 6 torches, chalk. What else do you think I got? Probably a knife, sacrificial dagger. And dozen silver pieces. Probably 6 days of rations. Water skin. Yeah. Anything else that would make sense? Probably a religious symbol. Religious symbol. And what are they? So, 1, they'll be lawful. 2 through 5, neutral. 6, chaotic. 1, they're lawful. Alignment, lawful. Okay, religious symbols, chalk, sacrificial dagger, rations. Rope. Rope. Cloak. Okay. So that's her. Yoink. Is if I go over here, is it still on the sheet? Let's check. Yeah, it looks like it largely is. Okay. Again, name, gender, strength, intelligence, wisdom, dex, con, charisma. See if we keep all the dice this time. I have to remember to go down and find that dice. Oh, wow. Okay, 17. Definitely a fighter. Q, a 3 for Constitution. 13, fine. Pretty smart. Oh, for God's sakes. That sounded like it didn't go very far. No. No, it's gone. Oh, no. Oh, for goodness sakes. 6, not very wise. 14. Dexterous. Constitution. 12. Charisma. Oof, not very charismatic. 7. So, let's go back to our wee book. Oh. I mean, we've kind of let this decide their background, but we could also have a look, see if we do a roll for Ixia in here. Where's the career list? Here it is. Oh, there it is. It's gone. I lost it. Come back. There it is. I should put a tab in here. So 35 would be prisoner. Okay, that's interesting. So she's at the start of the adventure. She's a prisoner. Prisoner. That's interesting. What about this one? 41. 41. This will be like a cobbler or something, won't it? 41. Carpenter. Okay. Sometimes the dice don't give you a... not a particularly useful skill. Although I suppose that maybe they'll be able to fix a door or remove a door. But otherwise, let's get back to this. Sword. Strength. Strength. Right. With a 17, there's a +1 damage adjustment. So that's cool. +1 damage. Intelligence 13, so that's 5 languages. 5 lang. Wisdom 6 doesn't do anything. Dexterity 14 doesn't do anything. Constitution 12 gives us a 70% shock resist. Charisma 7 gives us 3 maximum retainers. 3 retainers. Again, fighter. Class fighter. So let's roll up their character identity. $66. Mind. Okay. 66 and 46. Mind. Find. Mind. Find. Interesting. Roll again. 16. Common. So we look back at identity. What does it say? Describe this character's primary role, such as a palace guard or an occult investigator. Again, this is kind of, I mean, you can read it as being quite similar to this kind of, we kind of made them more of a kind of druid, haven't we? Find and mind. Some kind of an advisor. Probably like a military advisor. Okay, mind. 56. 56. Information again. Information. 20. Conflict. Describe the most notable aspects of her mind, such as highly intelligent or quirky personality. Yeah, I mean, I think that this probably means that very knowledgeable, but contrary, and quick to disagree, quick about low wisdom, right? Quick to anger. Okay. Body 78. I mean, they're buff regardless. Performance, interesting. 12. Charm. We don't really have much charm. So performance and charm. Performance and charm. What do we think? Yeah, okay. Dress to suit the role. Very plain outside of their muscular frame. Body, so lacking charm. Body and talent. 41. Equipment. 48. Force. Equipment force. Force. Equipment and force. What do you think that means? Record all words and hold on. Start by rolling one word for each descriptor. If that's enough to make, if we just go with equipment, right? If we just go with the performance, talent, equipment, well equipped. Good access to supplies. So this is like when they get back to wherever they're from, they can get the stuff. So I'm going to say that particular, give them plate armor, shield, poleaxe, and probably composite bow as well. Composite bow, 20 arrows. Short sword. Actually, probably just a normal hand axe for if you get up close and personal. Hand axe. 12 food rations. Probably a horse. A horse? Charger. Probably let's give them a dozen gold pieces. We've got a shield. Water skin. Cloak. Fine set of clothes. Okay, rope. Saddlebags. Saddlebags, probably a tent as well. I mean, they're well equipped. Gender, female. Lady. Alignment, neutral. And a name. Do. I don't think that carpenter makes any sense, so we're just going to get rid of that. Maybe their father was a carpenter. No, that doesn't make any sense. They feel very much more like a knight than they do anything else. Names. Europe. That one. Needs to be something easy. Eowyn. That's good. Okay, let's see if we can get a magic user out of this lot. Put it down here. Strength, intelligence, wisdom, dex, con, charisma. 2, 3. That's a 9 for strength. Jesus. Let's start this character again from scratch. We want a thingy. So 8, 11, 5, 11. Okay. We're going well. 11, fine. 11. One of those days. No, that's no good. That can't be a. They'll just die when they start trying to learn a spell. Okay, start again. 6, 6, 15. 5, 11. 6. 13. Okay, that's more like it. 11, 15. Charisma, also completely uncharismatic. But, fine. This is workable as a magic user. They'd be a better fighter, but they're going to be a magic user. Though, like we noted, magic users, we're not going to restrict magic users as much as the rules tell me to. But also, did I say that there are no clerics? There are no clerics. We're not doing clerics. Clerics are dumb. Okay, so strength of 15 is a +1 damage adjustment. +1 dam. 2 languages, doesn't matter. Dex of 13, doesn't matter. Constitution 15 gives us gives us a 90% shock value. 90% shock. Oh, and +1 hit points. Charisma 6 gives us 3 retainers. Fine. Fine. And again, identity. Identity. D100. 13. Cheat. Okay, I like that. Cheat. 3. Agile. Oh, well, actually, we should put that in mind. Agile. And then let's go body. Body 91. Rogue. Another one with a rogue body. Talent. 61. Limitation. So identity. Yeah, I mean, I guess she's describe her primary role. A roguish cheat. Mind, agile, quick thinking. Quick thinking. Quick thinking and quick thinking and agile. Yeah, I mean, quick thinking and able to resolve issues. Resolve issues incrementally. Sorry, that's my too long in IT kind of thing. Body, rogue. Looks like a thief. Probably is a thief. And limitation. Specialized in making traps that tangle people up. Tangle people. Now, again, because we're using kind of Vancian magic, don't really need, their ability. We've not seen. She's got another lady. So yeah, she is. Her brain is able to absorb spells. And we'll say that she starts off with 1d3 worth of books. Oh, she starts with 3 books. Okay. What books are they? Spells. What books has she got? Spells. There we go. First level magic spells. How many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Result. So she has comprehend languages. Spell books. Comprehend languages. And she's got 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A light. And she's got charm person. Oh, there you go. That makes up for everything. Charm person. which will probably be the one which she almost always has learnt. Just in case. And because she's got those books, that'll be most of her money, but we'll give her leather armour. Leather armour. She'll probably have a spear. Probably 3 days rations. 6 torches. And a book bag that can hold 2 books. Book bag for 2 books. Cloak. Bedroll. So she can only really carry 2 books on her at any one time, if she does want to take her books at all, because books are probably incredibly hard to come by, and when you do, they're probably very expensive. And there's probably a chance they're trapped as well. Oh, what alignment is she? Ah, she's chaotic. Great. That'll be interesting, won't it? That will be interesting. So, armor class. Something to note down. For now, armor class. Armor class. Armor class. So you've got leather armor. So that's probably a 7. You've got plate armor and a shield, so that's probably 1. And you've got leather armor, so that's a 7. Now, hit points. Hit points. Hit points. I think it's all a D6, right? Oh, 6. Also 6. 3, but plus 1. 4. Okay. Cool, we need a name for her. Names. Europe. Restia. Restia. So what we have is we've got someone who is part of the Lawful Universe faction. So they are fighting on the cosmic side of the lawful powers. Restia is aligned to the chaotic powers. Interesting. And Eowyn isn't aligned. So that's interesting. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the characters start off in this here village. Where has it gone? Yeah, here we go. In this village here in A1. And find out what's going on in the local area. And then we'll go and adventure. So kind of like the idea here is that this is a reasonably newly settled area. The last 100 or so years. The group here have fled the mainland, or what was the mainland, because of some kind of cataclysm, and now they're here. Unbeknownst to them, the cataclysm is on its way. But it could be some time before it arrives. So we'll see. And they've kind of like found this area. I'd kind of rolled up using the society system. So we kind of have Ren, which is a colony. Fleeing from an evil. They kind of do trade as their thing. they made a truce with a local group to stay where they are. The show must go on, so they're kind of trying to. They're always having a bit of a laugh as a people. There's a looming catastrophe, and we managed to have some kind of hero in the past. Or when it's another colonial nation here. In fact, we rolled 3 colonial nations in the same area. So we can kind of imagine these are all different groups that have been fleeing whatever it was that happened on the other continent, the other landmass, and then we have for one local communities who are kind of industrious, focused on commerce. They were betrayed in the past. They flourished when they kind of worked around community. Conceal opposed families. So we're kind of very focused on society, and we're kind of a kind of a collective community society. So they defense is by personality. They have like a personality test. They get tested in order to find their role in society. So very interesting. But yeah, I got a bunch of them. And yeah, I'll probably look at making some traveller characters as well. And we'll see how we do with delving deeper and see where we go. Thanks for being incredibly boring with me. I don't even know if I'll bother posting this, but it's been a while, so I should probably post something, eh? Anyway, you have fun now. Keep on being awesome. Bye-bye.